Hey, so yeah,
Welcome back. There's 3 reasons why. Hope y'all having a good Saturday, good weekend. I'm CDP 209 out of born and raised Stockton, California, out of Las Vegas, Nevada right now. Out here burning up. Get ready for this cold winter. And I'm back here with
what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the 209 Tiger. We in the building. We coming with it. Stockton, stand up. Hope y'all been well. Hope y'all been blessed. And I'm over here with my bro.
Yo, what's going on, man? You know it's your boy Common Sense Marcus in the studio, coming to you live, raw, uncut, always, straight from my mama. Special shout out to Modelo. This episode's brought to you by Modelo. We about to get this motherfucking shit. Let's go.
And first, before we get into some real serious issues, we're gonna get into the drama that we know as scripted role playing, but we love it. We call it sports. Let's talk about this NBA. We all know it's fake, but you know what I'm saying. But we stuck in our ways. What y'all think about the Brooklyn Nets going down to the Milwaukee Bucks?
yeah. First off, let me say the quote of the little beef between Scottie Pippen and Durant. Scottie Pippen was asked, does he feel that Kevin Durant has surpassed LeBron? And here's what Scottie Pippen's response. He says, has he surpassed LeBron? Nah. He tried to beat Milwaukee Bucks instead of utilizing his team. LeBron James would have figured it out how to beat them. KD is a shooter, a scorer, but he doesn't have what LeBron has. And Kevin Durant's response, of course, he's going to respond. Didn't the great Scottie Pippen refuse to go into the game one time for the last second shot because he was in his feelings because the coach drew up a play for a better shooter? You know?
He was in his feelings.
But yeah, how y'all feel about that?
Well,
Well, before I touch on that quote, let me just say real quick, this episode is not brought to you by Modelo. But if I made you laugh, smash that like button, share the comments, man. But to your original question, Tiger, how'd I feel about KD going down? I loved it. I fucking loved it. That dude is the biggest thin-skinned motherfucker in the NBA. He built that team, the great 3 over there, 4 or 5 over there. He's the baddest man fucker on the planet, you know what I'm saying? The best NBA player, but he couldn't get it done. I fucking loved it. Against the Milwaukee Bucks? Oh man, get out of here with that shit. I was happy. I won money. I'm sorry others lost money, but I won money. So I loved it. And as far as your comment with KD, it's just what I was saying. That nigga's thin skinned. Nigga, you got one. I mean, I'm old, so I might forget, but you got one title. And that one title you got, maybe you got 2 titles, I think, right?
Two. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, okay, yeah. But that first title you got, nigga, you ran to the Bay Area. Shout out to Tiger Shirt looking like the Golden State Warriors. 3 reasons, right? We get any color pattern you want.
Yeah,
But
colors.
He ran to the Golden State Warriors and was like, please let me be on your team, please. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Nigga, you don't want that smoke with an OG, man. Y'all kids, man, think these OGs didn't put in their time. We put our fucking time in. But that's how I feel. I loved it. Shut up, nigga. Get back in the gym. Work on your jump shot. Work on your toe tapping. Because it was a 3, right? Work on your toes. Nigga, shut up. I loved it. Loved it.
Man, I was mad because I had money on the Nets. I had the Nets to win the finals. I put that bet in so early in the season. It was gonna make me so nice. I put 100 on it. That was right before the James Harden trade. I said, man, if they're gonna get Harden, I should just bet them to win the title now because they get James Harden, they're gonna be unstoppable. Which I think they are if they're all healthy. But I don't know. Like, I think they choked. It's hard to say they choked because I think Kyrie was out and I think James Harden was only like 50, 60% because he was walking around. But I mean, can't really give KD no excuse out. I mean, I didn't, I don't really believe in the Bucks, but they're a good team. They're a deep team. And yeah, for me it just sucked. But yeah, it was a letdown because I think the NBA is about stars, and you want to see the best play in the finals. The Super Bowl, you get feel good stories. You know, in the NFL, you get feel good stories, March Madness, those one games like, oh, you root for the underdog or you root for some team that don't have a chance. The NBA, it's like you want to see your Michaels, your Kobe's, your LeBrons, your Curry's, KD. You want to see the best players you got on the biggest stage, you know, like soccer. And so I think for that reason, basketball lost because we're going to have to watch either the Milwaukee Bucks, they're a cool team, or the Atlanta Hawks. They're fun to watch sometimes. Represent the East, you know, like the Sixers lost. So it was like, that was the other team I thought outside of Brooklyn. So, but now.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about the Sixers loss. I don't know if y'all want to touch on that. You know what I'm saying? We had to struggle through my Lakers losing, but keep going though. My fault.
I was happy Brooklyn lost first, so it kind of padded my situation. So I was like, shit. Brooklyn had Durant, Harden, and motherfucking Kyrie. So I ain't sure.
Blake Griffin's ass coming off the bench.
Then the Hawks beat Milwaukee the first game, so that made it feel even better. Like shit, the Hawks is just good. So yeah.
But I will say, I don't know. It's just like if basketball in the playoffs right now, it's just like I said, it's like Rocky 2, where they're on the ground and you just don't know who's gonna get up first. Like who's healthy? Like who you know what I mean? Like who's healthy? Who could play? That's all you're looking for. You don't know from one minute or the next. You know, the Suns were taking off, and then that guard, the handshake god that they found out of nowhere, Cameron Payne, he hurt his ankle. Now he's hurt. You know what I mean? And so now here's another twist. You know, Kawhi, I don't even know if Kawhi is going to play. So these playoffs, you can't really call it from one game to the next.
Yeah. I guess the thing remains true about Kawhi's knee. I'm taking them days off. I guess he really was injured.
He got old man knees. I hope it kind of dissuades NBA players from teaming up in the future. Brooklyn losing, like, yo, you do need role players. You know what I mean? You do need somewhat of a deep team. Now, if you got a big three, like if the other guys were healthy, yeah, they would have won the finals to me. But, you know, you do need something like where if, and how unfortunate was it, two of your big three is injured, like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like you do need somebody who could come off and give you a good 15, 16, and another guy who can give you, you know, a game here or there.
Well, for me, like, especially in being basketball, being a Laker fan, like I knew a long time ago the hard way. I think it was 2003 or 2004 maybe. We tried to buy a championship as a Los Angeles Laker. We had Shaq, we had Kobe, we had the Glove, we had the Mailman, we had Robert Horry. You know, we was loaded, nigga. We was running through people. But here came a solid team that played together, that wasn't scared to be like, yo, fuck y'all. That was the Detroit Pistons with Chauncey Billups and that nigga that looked like you, Tiger Prince, and Ben was not Ben Gordon. Who they had on the center?
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. They had Rasheed Wallace, who ain't no punk neither. So they had just a solid team. They were just like, nigga, we don't give a fuck. So if you got a solid team that just plays together like Atlanta's doing, you never know.
But like I said, you need dirty guys. You know, like I think that's the thing with the Nets is like their big three is kind of like not fragile, but it's like they're stars, superstars. So it's like, okay, well, who's gonna do the dirty work? You know what I mean? Like you need to fill it out. You don't like I said, if they're healthy, they would have won the title. But you do need to fill your roster out. So you don't need all three of them or two of them to play at a high level every night. The Bucks is a good team too. Don't take nothing away from the Bucks. You know, I mean, the Bucks is a loaded team when you look at them. Their leader is just like, you know, he's up and down in the clutch. Giannis.
I mean, I was gonna say he can't play in Game 7 though. I'll give him that.
Well, Pippen and KD, I don't know. That's hard, man. Like, like KD is kind of right as far as I don't know if he's trying to say Scottie Pippen isn't a leader, but Scottie Pippen didn't say he was a leader. He just said Kevin Durant wasn't a leader. You know what I mean? Like he's just saying like LeBron would have got it done, which in the back of your mind you're probably like, yeah, he probably would have.
I can't say that no more being a Laker fan. This nigga walked off the court in game 5 with 5 minutes left. Once you did that, I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck you doing? That's worse than Tom Brady not shaking people's hands after the game. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's okay to take the L sometimes. I mean, yeah, it hurts. But man the fuck up.
It's just like, what's the name? Feeling the pressure. I'm surprised Harden, man. But, you know, he had the level 2, grade 2, or whatever hamstring.
Yeah.
I guess
but you know what?
he wasn't out there.
I give a lot of props to Harden for playing. Like he was playing a lot of minutes. I mean, he was out there fighting for rebounds. He was trying to D up. He had like a little steal on one of the games on Giannis. Blake Griffin too. I mean, he was out there. So I'm like, hey, like those guys brought it. It's just, you know, just wasn't enough. They choked. They didn't get it done.
Speaking of choking or
some sports cats was kind of getting on Harden, like, you know, going back to his Houston days, you know, like how he'll get you there, but then he'll choke.
But if you look at the end, at the final, he passed the ball to Harden.
Yeah.
KD passed it to Harden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I don't got it. Like, you got it.
Yeah.
Harden just passed him the ball right back. So he said, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. But he passed it to Harden. Like, go ahead, man. Like, dude is on me. Dude's playing good. I mean, the shot was damn near blocked, airballed. Dude was playing defense on him. He was prepared for the KD pull up.
Yeah,
not like my boy Dirk. Dirk put that knee out there. You ain't getting close to it. You know what I mean?
I'll give it to KD. The shot that sent them into overtime that was inches away from winning the game. That was one of the clutchest shots I've seen in a long time. Like, that's a great playoff moment, but unfortunately couldn't get it done. Some people say you choked, like myself, you know, you got that loaded team, but transitioning into another team where you talk about stealing at the last moment or choked. Let's give a shout out to Gallinari picking
Real quick about Harden, right quick.
You want to touch on the 76ers?
I was gonna say the sports folks was getting on him about his Houston days, about him choking and stuff. When he gets there, I was saying, like, you know, some people were like, yeah, you know, Harden, he tough for being out there playing with that hamstring, but you got to think in Harden's mind, he coming out there, he tough for being out there, but in the back of his mind, he also got that comfort zone to be like, if he go out there and fuck up, or if they don't succeed, ain't no backdraft gonna come back to me because I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, He got that zone of comfortability, that pad. So if the shit do go south, hey, shit, I'm hurt, man. What you expect?
I'm saying, like, they're talking about KD played every minute of that one game. Well, James Harden only played a few minutes less. Like, James Harden was out there putting, like, 40 minutes on a, you know what I mean? It's like, damn. But I'm just saying, like, his body language, like, in overtime, ripping rebounds, I'm like, damn, I'm just saying, like, I ain't like you said, maybe because he's playing on house money. Because if something, he'd be like, my leg. Y'all know.
They said KD only sat 8 minutes of all 7 games total. Only 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's too much time. Steve Nash was tripping, man. You gotta rest your team, man. Kobe rested, Jordan rested. You gotta have that normal rest. You gotta, like you were saying earlier, you gotta believe in your role players for a little bit. Your dogs out there for a little bit. Like, don't take the lead, but don't lose the fucking lead neither. Like, just be out there for 5 minutes or something. Yeah.
It's like, if you look at the Clippers, they got like a few guys like that. Those are the guys that the Nets need, like Reggie Jackson, a guy who can give you like 2-3 games he could fill in, you know what I mean? What's that guy, Terrence Mann? I looked at this guy, Terrence Mann, I'm like, damn, how did this dude fall in the draft? Like, he's out there playing defense. He's out there scoring. He's out there making big hustle plays.
Yeah, he got hard too. He don't care. He go to the rim like, I don't care. I was like, oh, okay. And they got my boy Zubac too. Man, Magic Johnson, dumbest trade of all time, giving that to the Lakers. I like Zubac. He's a good role player.
Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris is out there draining threes all the time. I'm like, the Clippers got a team. If they could just get Kawhi back, they got so many role players. It's like Milwaukee. You got so many role players. Your team is stacked. It's just stacked with role players.
Shout out to DeMarcus Cousins too, man. I hope you get the title, but it's not with the Clippers this year. But I hope you get a title one year.
That's right. Our Cousins is on the bench.
But shifting gears to another team that may or may have not choked, and somebody's getting their pocket picked late at night. Shout out to Gallinari, the man that was overpaid like 12 years ago. It's like, oh, they paid Gallinari all this money. He finally came through in the what was it, divisional rounds. Pick that boy out. Oh man, not Ben Simmons, but Embiid's pocket for the game. For the game. I'll let you take the floor, CDP, being a resident 76er fan. How did that feel? Tell the people.
I was kind of disappointed. Like, I think Ben Simmons, man, when that pressure hit, like he's about to be one of them players, like, ball out during the season when the playoffs come. I guess Stephen A was right. Like, people gonna clamp down and make you shoot them free throws. Your weakness is gonna be exposed. I was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I'm happy. I don't know, man. I think we should get C.J. McCullough for the Ben Simmons trade. I think that would skyrocket us over the top because we need somebody that can shoot free throws, man. You got to be able to hit them 3 free throws, especially if you're point guard. You're going to have the ball all the time. You got to, they going, and next year, if they'll probably, because, it's a copycat league. They'll see what's going on. Other teams that didn't make the playoffs, they see what's going on. Okay, that's how you got to beat them. So people are going to start doing that shit all through the season. So if he come back next year, his season's going to be rough if he don't practice. Like they say, rumor has it, he don't practice. He party all the time, and he's always getting baby.
Got a Kyle Kuzma of Philadelphia.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, we got to get rid of him if we want to get over the top because you ain't going to turn into some master shooter over one season,
Hey, before you go, Tiger, smash that like button, man. Give a follower a like. He gave that raw emotion. He put his heart out there. He's a 76er fan. He was letting you know he cut deep. But go ahead, Tiger.
I even take that Utah point guard with the dreads. I forgot his name.
Conley?
I'll take him.
What?
Not for Ben, but I'll take him.
Look at that emotion spilling out. Look at it. Look at it.
Point is, I want somebody. Conley, he got a floater. He could score. Like he pass the ball, he'll float it up. He get fouled, he'll go hit his free throws.
He an OG though. I ain't gonna lie, but Ben Simmons is a raw talent. But I'll let Tiger go. Go ahead.
Is it gonna be Maxi's year next year? Maxi, watch out for him, man.
They said the talks were going between the 76ers and the Warriors, but they weren't talking about them giving up Steph or Clay. So I don't know what the trade. I mean, they got draft picks.
They're talking about Wiggins.
Yeah, They got Wiggins.
Wiggins is all right. He's an all right player, but we're gonna need more than Wiggins.
Yeah, I'm about to be like straight up for Simmons. Like, nah.
Yeah, we're gonna
at least Simmons can handle the ball. He can play defense. He can make some people better. Yeah, in the playoffs, you got to do something with that. But Wiggins is like, but now Ben Simmons for like Michael Porter Jr. Woo, that might be a chance to take if you can bring in, like I said, if you can bring in okay, for me, the way to get the Sixers back is like a 3. It's like a triangle effect. First, you need to agree to terms with Chris Paul in the offseason. Then you can trade Simmons. And then with that money, not all the money, but with a little bit of money, you extend Seth Curry, and then you're good to go. That's all you need. Even you just don't need someone who's a liability offensively. Yeah. If you can get 16 points and 12 and 11 assists from Chris Paul, there you go. You know what I mean? Because that's about 5 more than Simmons is going to get you in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Just on average.
That's fine, but that's cold game that you an all-star. What, like the last 2 years in a row, rookie of the year or something like that when you came out, and he gonna give 5 more points at 16s, 5 more points than you could do. Let me
If
ask
you
y'all
look at
this.
that series, that's the number. Atlanta comes back, Philly lose by like 2 or 3. Whatever, they lose by 3 or 4. You know what I mean? You just need that extra 5.
I'm just saying, look, let me ask y'all this. If Simmons wasn't a scared motherfucker and dunked that ball when he was right there by the hoop, instead of throwing the pass to I forget who he threw the pass to, Covington or whoever. But if he would have dunked that, would we be having this conversation? Or does that put a spotlight like, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Like it's like his confidence might be gone. That's all I'm saying is like
Confidence a shot. That
Yeah,
whole
but is it because of that dunk that he was right there? He was like right there from me to the laptop, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want it." Is that what made everybody see that, or was it already there and that got exposed?
the game before, not the game 5, his confidence was shot already when he missed all them free throws at the end of the game. And then you could see they won game 7, but it was mainly because of Maxey and Seth. But then game 7, you could see at the end of the game, like the guard, what's his name, Iceman, Trey was snatching the ball out of his hands after the dead ball. What's his name? The dude that dunked the ball all the time for Atlanta. I forgot his name. He dunked on Embiid like 4 times in the whole.
Oh, their center, Capel.
Not Capel, but the other one, the dunker, the one the dunk contest with the wristbands.
I don't know. I know you're talking about, but I don't know his name though.
One of Embiid was about to fight.
Collins?
Yeah, Collins.
I like Collins. My Bulls need to holler at Collins. That's how bad my Bulls are. I don't even think we even mentioned them in our whole podcast history. You know what I'm saying? You might just see a Chicago Bulls flag in the background, but my Chicago Bulls, I'm a big Bulls fan. They're so sorry. They're just not even worth mentioning. Like, you know.
I think Jordan did. I think y'all still paying for Jordan's success. I think the Bulls is paying for that right now. Like all that success y'all get, y'all on the back burner for a little bit. Y'all got enough.
The Bulls is like when Al Bundy got the $1 on the little twine at the strip club and they pull it back. You know what I'm saying? Like we always think like we got something coming and then we check it like, hey, where the money at? The money's gone. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, do not pass go. Go directly to jail. Like, that's us. Like, we can't even pass go. We got to go back around the board and go to jail. That's the Chicago Bulls. We in sports prison.
I almost had it, though. LeBron was going to go to Chicago before Miami. And D. Wade, he was going to go, too. And then they talked and just decided, like, we might as well just all come to Miami. But that would have been Chicago right there. But, yeah, like I was saying, like, Collins got into his face. I just see it. And, like, he was just sitting there just, like I was like, yeah, Ben Simmons, his confidence is shot, man. It's shot. So now they're talking about, like Jalen Rose been saying, since Ben been in the league, Jalen Rose been saying he's shooting with the wrong hand. I can see it right now. He's right-handed. He's not a natural lefty. He's right-handed.
Well,
so that's what they're talking about. They're gonna switch his shooting hand and get him in the gym. You know what I'm saying, to shoot with him. They had the meeting and saying like they both camps believe we should stick together. And in the back of my mind, I was like, damn.
I mean, you're not gonna get equal fair value for that dude, especially like now his stock is down right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you ain't trying to sell it down, especially when Doc Rivers was like, I just don't know if we can win with him. Now I just want more down. Like you try to give him out for a bag of chips or something.
Like he's too young. He's too young and too talented to just give away. But I'm like, I don't want the 76ers to overreact, but I think if his confidence is shot, you just got to get rid of him now. Like, you know what? it is what it is. Whatever happened, let the offseason come. Let them videos where he's shooting 3-pointers and all kind of other bullshit. Let that fake shit come out where he's raining all that in the gym. Or it could be real, fuck, who knows? And then trade his ass. Like, I'm just like, because it's going to be a problem that could hamper you for years. You could just get out from, like CDP said. Is CJ McCollum, is that equal value? No, it's not. I'd rather have Simmons. But, I mean, right now, it's just like, you kind of got to get rid of this. And on top of that, he's in the middle of getting, like, Supermax territory. So you could get that money off the books and reinvest it in another player.
Yeah, give it to Seth.
But I would be like, what's up with dude from Boston? What's his name? Brown? Jaylen Brown?
Oh,
I don't think Boston will give up Tatum, but maybe they'll listen to like Simmons, and maybe you give him a little something for Brown, and then just sign a point guard like a Conley or a CP3 or something, and be right back in it. But Simmons is too good just to throw him away for some draft picks or a lesser player. But you might have to take a little bit of a loss, but the team will gain big if you can get a CJ. And then you could just get you. I mean, there's players out there. Montrezl Harrell, I think he's a free agent. You can get you like some other players. Just divide that money up. Keep Seth Curry though.
My fault. My question or my 2 cents as well as to I text you after the game. I got a little kickback, but I believe that Doc Rivers is the same way you feel about Mike Tomlin. Nigga overrated as fuck. Nigga won 1 title with the quote unquote original Big Three or whatever you want to call it. The new era Big Three. That's it. This nigga is the Doc to get in there and start, cooking up shit, gonna make it good. You can't tell me at the beginning of the year 76ers didn't have good foundation and Doc was supposed to take them to the next level. What happened?
He did this year. Where we was like ranked 4th for the last 5 years. He got us the #1 seed. I mean, in his first year. So that's now next season, his second season. If he doesn't improve from that, then what you're talking about could be spoken for.
But I'm saying though, like, are you gonna give him any blame? Are you giving him any blame for the loss?
Nah, I give it to Ben Simmons, man.
Nigga, you just said you had the #1 seed, so that means you lost 4 games at home. 4 games.
You can't sit the best player, a motherfucker with a supreme contract. You can't put him on the bench. He got to play.
The dude came out of Game 7 and said, I don't know if we could win with them. That means you knew that during the series.
Exactly.
Make that move.
In the offseason, get rid of him. But in the middle of a series,
make that move if you're the greatest coach.
Your Supermax player got to play.
Don't get me wrong. It probably cost the Patriots a Super Bowl. But Bill Belichick was like, I don't give a fuck if it's the Super Bowl. You sit down. That nigga was, I can't think of his name. Malcolm Butler was crying during the national anthem because he knew he wasn't playing.
I mean, that's a Supermax player right there. Me as a coach, that nigga gonna play.
Man, I don't know. What about you, Tiger? You didn't get any blame?
I give Doc Rivers blame just because when you going into a series, I don't know who did y'all play in the first round?
In the first round, we played
it was like some sorry team, right? Like
I don't know.
No, it was the Wizards.
Wizards, yeah.
And y'all beat them in like 4 or 5 or whatever. I'm just saying is like at some point you have to prepare and you need some type of plan. Like, okay, this dude don't shoot free throws good. And then you come out and be like, anybody say I'm gonna take Ben Simmons out and don't know basketball. And then you start taking Ben Simmons out, then you mess him up psychologically. It's just like I look at him different as far as what he's doing with the Sixers. I think what he did with the Clippers, I'm kind of looking at Doc like, damn, Ty Lue got the Clippers playing better than Doc Rivers ever had them, and they don't even got Kawhi out there. You know what I mean? Like, he getting more out of the players. In Philly, it's hard because your best player is putting up like 37 and 18, Your second best player has become your fifth best player, and then you're asking everybody else to level up for 7 games. You know what I mean? It's like I put half of it on Ben Simmons because you're the second best player, but you're unplayable in the fourth. So you're asking Tobias Harris and Seth Curry to level up. You know what I mean? It's like that little bit can cost you the series.
I'm just looking at like, okay.
I would trade him for something nice. You know what I mean? If a fair offer came, I would just trade him because I told you I'm worried there's a psychological issue that's going to keep coming in the playoffs, that never stopped. Like, it's like, let's just get rid of that now, and then we'll reinvest it in like a Jason Tatum, LaMelo Ball, or somebody of that nature. You know, the Clutch Sports, maybe he want to go, I don't know. Maybe he could be connected to some large trade somewhere. Like I said, maybe they could get like maybe you want CJ straight up. Maybe they could throw him and Seth Curry and maybe a draft pick and get Dame. You know, I don't know.
Hey,
you know what I mean? I don't know what they'll take for Dame.
I'll give you Schroeder, Kyle Kuzma for Simmons straight up right now. I'll take Simmons. He can still shoot left-handed in LA. Like, hey, nigga, just give me 11 points, nigga.
Nah, I take it off.
Man, y'all want Ben Simmons in Los Angeles? Like, living in Los Angeles?
Man, Schroeder had 0 assists.
I think living in Philadelphia is kind of keeping Ben Simmons kind of like, well, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I can't get into too much out here. You put him in New York, Florida, or California, you're going to have some trouble on your hands. He's going to turn into Kyle Kuzma.
As far as coaches, I don't start judging or jumping down a coach's throat until like 2 or 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? This is his first season. I know what he did in LA, in Boston, or wherever else he coached. But I go by the years, not just like a game or 2 or whatever. And this year, his first year, compared to the Sixers last year, he upgraded us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say as far as Doc, like my last thing with Doc is I think he's on the hot seat starting now. Like if they're just going to go out the same way next year, the same exact way, we're going to get into the playoffs and be like, oh, Ben Simmons can't shoot free throws. Oh, they don't have no answer. Like, what can the Sixers do? Then, yeah, fire him and fire the general manager because the same problem is still there. The same thing holding you back is still there.
Hold on, man. Don't come after my boy Elton Brand, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
If he does the same thing the second year, then it's going to be a problem. But his first year compared to Brett Brown going into the Doc, he's an upgrade.
I mean, I told you I would just get crazy and be like, I'll take whatever it takes to get Dame or someone of that caliber, because then I got like 70 points between Dame and Embiid. I mean, you could give me, some good role players, and we'll fill it in right there with that extra money.
Hey, that's only barring injury though, like kind of what happened in Brooklyn. I'll give it out to Embiid though. This is the first year I don't think he was hurt too bad to play ball. Like he was giving it his all though. So shout out to him. I'm sorry they lost.
The general manager said he's gonna try to. His hope is to bring in a big time star. So
I would trade Embiid and Tobias Harris together to get a better caliber player, because Tobias Harris is a good player, but it's not like he's irreplaceable. I mean, you could find somebody to give you like 16, medium rebounds, medium assists. You know what I mean? Like you can probably replace that. Him and Simmons together is still less points than Dame Lillard, and probably, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they got defense, they're more bodies, but I'm just like, you guys got to get Dame.
But look, before we get off the NBA topic, who's winning the chip now?
Who's winning the chip now?
Yeah, who y'all got to win the chip now? I think Atlanta and Boston, Atlanta, Milwaukee 1-1, and Suns in LA. Suns up 2-1. They play tonight.
I don't like them, but I'm gonna say the Bucks. The reason I don't like him is just because I'm not into Giannis like that. Like he's a 3-quarter player. He's like before LeBron James had a comfortable shot. You know what I mean? Like he's just gonna beat you on the glass, get putbacks, get cutters, alley oops, shit that he gets because he's physically gifted and got great size. But I mean, that team is deep. PJ Tucker, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Brooke Lopez, DiVincenzo. I mean, there's guys on there that I forget about they had. There's a couple dudes that used to be in Chicago that's out there. I mean, the Bucks got a loaded team.
Yeah, they got a deep team.
They got I forgot his name, white dude. He come off Covington or I forgot his name, McConnon or it's something. But he comes off the bench and he be raining threes or whatever. Like they got players.
Donnelly.
Oh, they got Drew Bledsoe. I think they still got Bledsoe too. Eric Bledsoe.
They might have Bledsoe still too. I'm not sure.
I think they got rid of Bledsoe for.
Yeah, or did he go in the holiday trade?
Yeah, he went for the holiday trade. But I got the Suns. I think not only I've always been a CP3 fan, but and a Booker fan. Came from Kentucky. That's my junior college. You know what I mean? Whatever after USC, if I was to have to choose. But I like the Suns because the Suns got every piece of the puzzle. Like they got the tough guy, they got the lead, they got the floor general.
The tough guy.
Yeah, the dude with the dreads, Crowder.
Yeah, that's. I knew he was talking about that, but I'm like, that's the tough guy.
He went to the Lakers bench and said, "Motherfucker, I'll whoop all y'all motherfuckers."
Oh man.
All y'all sat there like this.
Hey, all right, you gotta be on that one. You gotta be on that.
Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, I don't know. I can say I don't know Jay Crowder like that. So, but yeah, he's a big dude though. Like he a very intimidating dude though. I see like when he rolled up like whatever. Like you look at him, he don't dunk the basketball, but that's a big dude. You're like, damn, that's a big ass dude.
Then he got the Morris twin over his back. Like, yeah, y'all do something. You know what I'm saying? And his twin brother in the crowd that'll probably jump out. But the CP3 man, he a floor general. He took the Suns, what they won, like 15 games last year, 20 games probably, to the number 2 seed in the Western Conference Championship, man.
And they're number 1, I think, right?
Utah was 1.
Oh, Utah was 1, yeah.
But I just like the Suns. They got every piece of the puzzle. They got Ayton, whatever his name.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot, yeah.
I just don't see like Giannis like dominating the paint like he do other teams against the Suns with Ayton and all them.
So you already thinking the Bucks are going there then, huh? You be like, fuck Atlanta.
Like
I think eventually I think the Bucks will win. They'll figure them out. I guess you could say they have better coaching. I think their coach will figure it out.
I think they're just too big for Atlanta. Atlanta just gives up too much size. Giannis alone is, 6'11". Is like that dude Collins can't really do much with him. He's like what, 6'8", 6'9". The center from Atlanta, Capella, he's big, but he ain't really like mobile. Then I think that's it. I think that's all they have in Atlanta with size.
And everybody's talking about Huter or whatever from Atlanta, the white boy, but they got Milwaukee got Donnelly or whatever. You can just put them two and just let them battle because
he's more of an outside player. That's what I'm saying. Is like his size don't matter because he just sit on the outside.
Yeah, they both do the same thing. Just shoot.
Atlanta's interesting though. Like that's an interesting team.
I think Booker and Middleton. You know what I'm saying? They'll take each other out. You know what I'm saying? That they gonna get there. But I just don't think Giannis gonna be able to do that with Ayton in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the Suns keep it close, they'll probably win every fourth quarter. I think it's gonna be Suns and Bucks. I'm just like, the Bucks is the one team that don't have no injuries. I mean, Phoenix, I don't know this dude Cameron Payne. I don't know how bad his ankle is. Because now if you're telling me now if he's there and they could change it up the pace and like the Suns is like, remember that game Foosball back in the day where everybody's like lined up in a row? That's how the Phoenix Suns to me. They're very organized. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a job. They stay out of foul trouble so the guys can do their job and that's it. And they all move in sequence. That's like how the Phoenix Suns are. It's like Booker is the scorer, CP3 is the general, Ayton's the big. Crowder hits threes. You know what I mean? He give them their little mental, physical toughness or whatever. Him and CP3 and Cam Jordan and some of these other guys, Mikal Bridges, they just out there like defense, and they got a few guys like that come off the bench and they're kind of in the same mold. So it's like Phoenix is cool. They're balanced. They're organized. It's just like the Bucks got some hungry guys on there. PJ Tucker, Drew Holiday, Giannis, Brook Lopez. Like these dudes ain't champions. Yeah. Brook Lopez, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go back. But I'm just like Chris Middleton. You know what I mean? Like these dudes have been there and sniffed it and never won. So it's like, these dudes is hungry. So that's why I'm just like, I know CP3 is hungry, but he got a lot of young dudes that never been there before. These dudes are all chokers on the other team. So this is their chance. Like, you know what I mean? This is their chance at redemption.
For me, anybody but the Clips, I'm cool with. Anybody but the Clips.
If the Clippers in the West, I'll be like, fuck, it's going to be the Bucks in a sweep or something. I'll be like, that's it.
Anybody but the Clips. But I wouldn't be mad if the Bucks or the Suns won. Because, just like y'all both said, man, I've been a long-time CP3 fan. I mean, it's hard not to like that dude. Yeah, he's one of the dirtiest NBA players in the league of all time. But on the other hand, you'd be like, man, he out there, he out there showing grit. He out there struggling. And then on the other hand, it's like you said, like the Bucks is like, all right, man, if they won, like it ain't gonna hurt me. Like that's way over there. It's one of those forgettable years. Like, hey, who won in 2021? Like, oh, I don't know, nigga. Let me Google that.
Well, that way Giannis could look back at his career and everybody be like, oh, he got that cheap title when everybody was hurt. Like Anthony Davis. Oh, he got that bubble title when there was nobody. You'd be like, oh yeah, the bubble title. Yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, that's right. You'd be like, oh, but he got it. It's like part of his, it's part of his resume. But no, hey, before we get off that subject, I text you guys when I remembered, but you guys do know because I sent you guys the article, reminded you guys, the coach of the Phoenix Suns, Monty Williams, lost his wife a few years ago.
Yeah.
On course to this noble and such an out of nowhere ride he's been having with the Phoenix Suns. He was with the New Orleans Pelicans and then came up with the Phoenix Suns. After that, will you guys think any of that is related, or you think it's just coincidence? I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure we know how this works. If the Phoenix Suns go off and win the title, somebody is going to mention and bring that up.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Remember I think it was a couple of shows ago. I
do believe Giannis lost somebody too. Like not that close, but like I said, I think he lost someone due to their country's infighting, or it was
he was talking about COVID. Some COVID hit his family hard or some bullshit like that.
Okay. Y'all remember a couple of shows ago, y'all had asked the question who I think next is about, people passing away, famous.
Oh yeah.
Remember I said it's always somebody big and they find somebody new that's about to blow. Something end up happening to that one. Now look at, and I remember I said, watch something gonna happen to that new crew that Gucci Man has. Watch out for them. And look at Pooh Shiesty right now. Yeah, I mean, he got the number one. Well, I don't know about now, but he had it for a long time, the number one spot. Now look, this motherfucker in the feds and he can't get out. You know what I'm saying? But back to my reasoning is what you said about the coach and his wife passing away. It's like you start pay attention, you're starting to see the pattern, like death, success, death, success. Look at the singer, the black lady, the singer lost both her brothers and all.
Jill Scott? Was it Jill Scott or fucking Laura Hill?
The black lady.
I know you're talking about. It's either Jill Scott or Laura Hill or something. One of those, like
Heather Hudson or something like that.
Hudson. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hudson or something like that.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
She lost all her brothers. All the time people was getting shot. Then she won the Stars show.
American Idol, yeah.
American Idol. Then she took off.
No, I was gonna say my bad. I didn't give no context to what I was saying. For anybody who don't know, the Phoenix Suns head basketball coach Monty Williams lost his wife in a tragic car accident. think it was 2016, 2017, somewhere around. I think 2016. So that's how his wife passed away. You know, rest in peace.
But
But
oh, go ahead.
The point is like sacrifice, and sacrifices don't always mean death. You know, it is just a loss somehow. You know, losing a job, going broke, just sacrifice. You know, you got to sacrifice, and it always equals success. It's Serena Williams and all that, her sister. They lost family members, tennis success. You know, it's crazy. But it's starting to see the pattern. It's starting to show. And it's starting to become undeniable, even for the folks that don't like pay attention to that. You can see, oh yeah, you can see it. And it's happening. It's happening a lot now.
Yeah,
you know?
see, that's
what I see. The gatekeepers is starting to be exposed, like the Jay-Z's, all them people signing the title, you know, Puff Daddy, everybody he ever signed except probably a small few has made it out of his contracts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they either broke or they dead that fuck with Puffy. Only like a handful that made it out, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna have to touch on that like sacrifice thing in a bigger picture on a different show. But like as far as death, like that's one thing that we're all guaranteed, death. So it's kind of hard to be like, does this? I don't want to fuck around with the dead. Like, does this connect with that success? But I will say though, CD's feet saying all the time, maybe not this one, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And with a lot of these losses people are taking, that fire is like, you know, they're taking off. So as far this particular one, I don't know, man. Rest in peace. I can't fathom losing my wife, like you said, but nigga, he got the Suns playing hot. Like I showed you a long time ago, they predicted the Suns to make the finals. And they were playing against my Lakers. I was like, get that shit out of here, man. What the fuck is that shit?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it's connected. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the man or his family. I'm just saying, if he goes on and wins, there will be people who will say that,
of course,
and will post that, and will connect those two. So I'm just saying, you know, that's more or less of some of the stuff that we believe. So it's like, I don't know. Personally, I never really thought of it, but it did cross my mind the other day. Like, Monty Williams, like, didn't his wife pass away? Like, and that was it.
And what don't make no sense to me, I just got the article from you a few days ago, but what don't make no sense to me, rest in peace again, I'm sorry I'm talking about the dead, but if she passed away a couple of years ago, why is that article brought up right now, brand new? Like, oh, look what he's going through. Look at the tragedy as he gets his team to rise. It's like I don't know, that was years ago.
They want that storyline, you know, like a movie. They want a storyline, you know.
We know that, but I'm saying, like, man, come on, you gotta connect the dots sometimes. Like, come on, man.
Like Kittle with the 49ers. When y'all went to the Super Bowl, the Kittle story about it, he wrote the letter to his father and crying, and they made a big thing.
Oh yeah.
They want a movie, like set it up like a dramatic movie, and that's what they do. But
hey, speaking of movies, man, you heard my heart right there talking about the Niners and the Kittles, man. We choked that away, or if it was scripted, they robbed us from that, man. But go ahead.
But I was gonna say, just like the Kobe death, they're not related. But Kobe passed away. They're related because of their Laker situation. Kobe passed away. Remember how LeBron like pushed hella hard for this bubble? And that's how I knew. I knew from the jump the Lakers gonna win it. As soon as they said they're gonna do it, the Lakers gonna win this because they pushed hella hard for it. It's like the ritual had to be finished, and the finishing of the ritual was LeBron James holding up that trophy.
Cool.
Now we see they didn't even make the playoffs this year. That even makes last year even more of that was a ritual. It had to be done because it was only half-assed done because Kobe was the first part. LeBron holding up the trophy was the finishing touch, the finishing of the ritual for whatever that's going to happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen. LeBron changing his number to 6 and all this stuff, you know, is a whole bunch of stuff going to be happening in the future.
Look, we going to have to touch on that ritual, like that ritual connected the dots later. But when Kobe passed away, rest in peace, I knew right then and there they're going to be like, let's win it for Kobe. We got to do this for Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Get that, like you said, that feel good shit. So I already knew. I was like, hey, we won this shit. In the bubble or not, we won. That's when it was good to be on the side of the scriptedness. Like, oh yeah, it's good. I know how the movie ends. We good.
Yeah, like that time it's okay, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
But no, yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's just like I don't know, but they've been really quiet about it. But I'm pretty sure that finals come, that's gonna be on like full effect. Like, oh, Monty Williams, like what a way he came back and whatever. Like the job happened to be vacant. He just happened to fill it, and they just shot off to the moon. And it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe not.
Talking
yeah.
about sacrifice and death. Been on this for a while. Now let's go on to the next. That takes us to the next subject.
Oh yeah. Real quick, smash that like button. Share the comment because we will get you a ritual episode soon to connect some of these dots. But yeah, go ahead, CDP. What are we talking about now?
Your boy Mcafee.
Oh man.
Tell us a little bit about his.
Good. So the people don't know this. This is what I heard. This all hearsay. But for the people don't know, John Mcafee, you may or may not know this dude, but this dude a big tech guy. And in 2012, supposedly they hit this dude up in Brazil, shot his dog, raided his house, fucked up a lot of his property, for some bogus charge. He said. So he was upset. He was butthurt. So being a big security tech guy, he gave all Congress free laptops. And on those laptops, he had built-in spyware. And within weeks, he was trying to look for information who set him up for this bogus charge. Well, he didn't find information about this bogus charge. Allegedly, he found out that the minister or the deputy of immigration is the biggest sex trafficker in the world. The administrator or deputy or whatever the title is of like irrigation or some shit like that is the big drug dealer in the world. Like he found out all this dirt about the U.S. government. And to the people who don't know, he committed suicide this year. I don't know why he waited 8 years to commit suicide, 9 years to commit suicide, but he committed suicide. And after he committed suicide, he had an apartment or condo in Florida, and that was the building I sent y'all that went straight down. And they blame it on Russia or China or some terrorists. And these terrorists got those good ass bombs where that shit comes straight down.
Yeah.
But it's just a coincidence. He happened to live there too. It happened
Like
to be
just nice and neat, like it just funnels down.
Yeah. So that's a little backstory on that dude. That dude was butthurt. So he set the government up, caught their ass. They knew about it. And hey, you fuck with Big Brother, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? You know they coming. You better have insurance policies. But that's a little backstory about him. He committed suicide. And unfortunately, other people, I think 35 people or so lost their lives in that building going straight down for those computers or whatever was in that building. Talking about it was terrorist or bad construction. Man, if that was bad construction, I better live outside in the tent. Where's my house gonna go straight down?
And here's the tattoo that he got. I don't know if y'all can see it. The tattoo that he got before he died.
Or hacked, swacked,
whacked, and it got the dollar sign in the front of it.
Oh, whacked.
He sent out a tweet, a controversial tweet, and it says, he said, I'm getting subtle messages from U.S. officials saying, in effect, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're gonna kill. We are going to kill you yourself or something like that. So he said, I got this tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, quote unquote, I didn't. I was whacked, and to check my right arm. So he got this tattoo because he was getting death threats. So he got this tattoo. He got the dollar sign, and it say whacked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much more of an answer that could be. That he's telling you they're gonna kill me, and exactly what they do, they kill him. They kind of did the same thing, just like in the Twin Towers. When the Twin Towers fell, that third building.
Yeah.
They said, and it was down the street and around the corner, but none of them buildings in between fell. but that building down the street and around the corner fell, you know. But they said that building had very important, crucial paperwork that had to be destroyed in it. So something was in that building that fell in Florida, you know, that they destroyed. The same when they burnt down that bank in London that was owned by the Rockefellers. You know what I'm saying? They burnt that bank down. But the U.S. Army got in there and got whatever paperwork was in there, had already prior got to that. But so by the time they got to the bank to burn it down, which they set it up as riot people running the streets, burnt it down. No, that they paid them people to hit that building because it was something important paperwork, criminalizing paperwork. So it was something very important up in there. It'll come out sooner or later. Somebody will leak what was in there if they don't even still have the paperwork that they know was in there, whether it was paperwork or something or a computer or something. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm too old to be believing in coincidences. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit just randomly happened. That's why I'm gonna chuck it to you real quick, Tiger. Like, you may or may not know the backstory, but I sent you that video, like I said, of that building just coming straight down. So just let's say you a neighbor in Florida and you wake up to the 6 o'clock news, like, oh, so and so building fell. Get the people your raw opinion real quick. Like, what the fuck, or whatever. However you feeling, go ahead.
No, I was about to say before that, I was about to be like, before I give my answer on that, I was gonna say, like, did you guys see? I think one of his websites or one of his computers has like a countdown going on it now.
Nah.
I read that one of his websites or one of his Twitter pages or no, I heard his social media accounts have been deleted. I heard.
I bet.
But I heard there's like his website or there's something that has like a countdown that says like 28 days or 27 days and whatever, or it had the countdown or whatever. So I'm like, oh shit, something big might be on the horizon. But no, like with the whole thing, it's just like that shit just seemed hella suspect. Like it happened like simultaneously as he's announced dead. You know what I mean? Like you're looking over here, like, oh, look at this guy. He believes this and that. Next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, a building fell? Oh shit, I didn't even know. I was watching. Maria was telling me like, oh, you didn't see the building? I'm looking. I'm like, when was this? Today? Like, really? And then like we see later, they're just pulling people out like, woo, you're okay. Woo, you're okay. I'm like, that's a big ass building to be falling and people be living. You know what I'm saying?
And just straight down, like the building next to it, no damage. The building next, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, man, like
they coming out of a smashed building, walking on their own power. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh, that's interesting. Like, nobody needs help. Like, nobody like, my leg, son. Get the wheelchair. Get the ambulance. Like, nah, they're just like, oh, there you go. Who's next? Oh, there you go. Who's next? They're always like, whoop. You know, like, whoop. Like they just hop out of a backseat of a car. So like, oh, all right. They going around the corner. They collected a lump sum of cash, and that's it. They gone and shit. They fucking taking the clothes off. You know, I'm gonna get out of here. They go fucking pick the cover up off the car. It's a fucking Jag and shit. Fucking go off to the next hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna hustle us some more and shit. Right. Like, oh yeah, they said they about to blow up Nevada in like about a week. I'm on my way. Like, all right. That way, when they're like, oh, there's only some survivors, you see the same dude in some Tahoe Reno clothes and shit. Like, I'm alive. Thank you, God, and you never hear from him again.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, shout out to another dude. I don't know his name, but it wasn't my credit though. But John Mcafee, we talking about. Dude passed away. Check out where he's buried at if he ever gets buried. You know what I'm saying? Because the same thing he brought to my attention about that dude Epstein. I can't think of his name right now. Epstein, that big serial rapist. I mean, that motherfucker should have died. Don't get me wrong. You fuck with kids, you gotta go. If I gotta die for kids, I gotta die for kids. But if this dude dead and somebody want to put flowers on his grave, where the fuck he buried at? But he dead though, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like nigga, just get that headline like John McAfee dead. All right, where you gonna bury him at? Epstein dead. Where you gonna bury him at? Kobe dead. Where you burying him at? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So I just want to throw that little sprinkle of salt on there too. Like, put that on there, cause man,
But I'm
I don't
just
know what
like,
it's gonna take for motherfuckers to wake up. Like the building came straight down, and I don't know the official story if it's bad construction, if it's an earthquake, if it's terrorist attack. I'm like, if it's a terrorist attack, what the fuck was in that building to make terrorists attack that over the Capitol, over the fucking banks, over whatever?
And then you find out it's not just a building; it's his building.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the shady part. I seen the building. I didn't know it was his building till I heard from you.
yeah, it's his building. Like I don't know if it was his condo or his computers in there or what, but they were like, nah, get rid of everything. Allegedly, allegedly.
But I'm just like, if he's good in jail in Spain, why are we even bringing him back? Like, just you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna extradite him to face whatever. Well, he's still in jail over there. Like, what's the importance of it? We got bigger shit to worry about.
That nigga, in my opinion, he was tired. He was about to hit that expose button. They were like, nah, you ain't.
You know, them jails over there, it's like communities. Like you can still wiggle around and wear jewelry and clothes and shit. So he was probably over there just making money moves, like you know, not paying people off to do this and do that. He was probably still networking out here.
Probably still running the crypto, running the net, running the business.
So they got apartments and shit up in that motherfucker. If you got, especially if you got loot, he probably over there living good. See, you got a tattoo and shit. It ain't all that jail shit. It looked like a professional tattoo. Like, nah, he over there. They had to take him out.
Yeah, in the interview I seen, if I got it, I'll post it back or send it to y'all. The interview, he was saying like where he was mad and shit. He was like, I was on the run for a month and a half, but you know they knew where I was at. They could have came and got me. Now they want me. I'm here. Fuck them. Like he was drinking a drink. He had his shades on. He overlooking the balcony. Like he looked like he was living his best life the last few days, supposedly. So I don't know, man. I'm not a big advocate for death. Now you deserve it, you child molester motherfuckers. So, you know, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she was a child molester, then fucking rest in peace, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you was finna expose. If you was part of that group, fuck you too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, somebody killed dude. That's it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I'm saying is like, I don't know whether he deserved to die or not. I'm just saying, like, he released those tweets like, I'm good. I got friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. You know, I'm good. Then he's like, well, they're coming to kill me. Then he's dead. It's like, woo, you know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me we ain't got no videotape? We ain't got no nothing? I'm like, and that's hella suspect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he was about to say or what he was trying to expose, but they got him out the way.
Yeah, you know, like, you can't fuck with him. Like, I don't know. We'll have to touch bases. I don't know if it was I heard a little dark hat, white hat situation, but man, you fuck with them boys, them one percenters, those elites. Oh man, once you join their club, there's only one way out. And that's death.
And what do you guys think about the situation going on with Sean King? Have you guys seen that?
I think you send a tweet, let the people know so I could like get my thought process real quick. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying like he was called out by Tamir Rice's mom. You know what I'm saying? Like she was talking about like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really even helped me. He making this money, you know what I'm saying? And he's been accused in the past of, you know, shady dealings with the money, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some missing money and someone saying he took it. There's always like little something going on. But they're putting out there like they call him like Talcum X or whatever it is. Because everybody's questioning his legitimacy. Like I guess he's like straight white, which I don't have a problem with. I'm just saying like that's some of the you know some of what they're calling into question. They're saying like, yo, you know, dude's straight white, like he's just out here like BLM, just using the system, taking the money, playing the role. But I'm like, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I guess hearing what you said, full disclosure, I never knew about old boy till like, you know, 3-4 years ago. You brought him in my life. Like, hey, look at what Sean King talking about. Look what Sean King talking about. And some of the shit he's talking about, I'm like, yeah, I'm for. But some of the shit he's talking about, I'm like, man, what this dude talking about? Because people don't know, he's pro-black, or he comes across pro-black or pro helping the system, trying to change. Like, defund the police. Like he has some. I'm not backing defund the police, but he has some like pro-black, pro-equal rights that I'm with. But if this dude's been a tomfoolery the whole time, it makes sense.
Well, he just kind of came out of nowhere for me. Like, I think, and I don't know how far back. Like, I'd have to like do like a deep dive. Maybe we could update it on the next episode because this is all kind of new. That's just coming up in the last day or two. I don't have all the facts and details, but what I did see, he kind of made his rise during the Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? They're off Kaepernick's back. A lot of people made their rise off Cap's back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of organizations. But I believe that's when a lot of people was introduced to him on the mainstream. Then he's kept it through there, like Meek Mills and in the you know, and whoever, the shootings. But a lot of people are really against him. They're just saying like he's a phony. He ain't really there. He charged you for everything. I don't really know much about Brother Man one way or another. What you think about him, CDP?
It's just the same thing, same hustle. Tragedy happens. People see dollar signs. That's about it. You know, wolves in sheep clothing. That's the oldest hustle in the book. You know, you know, preachers. You know what I'm saying? Not all, but most preachers ain't nothing but old school pimps that was in jail, learned how to read the Bible, learned a couple of verses, and got out and taking people money from everybody illegally. You know, that's all it is people see a tragedy happen, they got a plan and put together a hustle. That's it. Like, you know, Reverend Al Sharpton.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he the new age reverend.
Hey, where your church at, bro? Where's church at? Where's Al Sharpton church? You know what I mean? He probably do got one, but I ain't heard of it. You know, Reverend, Doctor, all this stuff. Yeah, come on, man. People die every day.
I'm just saying, like, he was doing big work for the Democrats, so I just wonder if it's a political thing. Like, he was doing a lot of the, you know what I'm saying? A lot. Like, he was big anti-Trump. Like, that was like his other calling card.
Yeah. I mean.
Hustler right there. I'm surprised he went anti. I'm surprised he didn't go for Trump. But that would have made him more money because he would have been the black. What do you say? The villain. He would have been the villain. You know, he would probably bubble more money going the other route.
Yeah.
But, you know, he went with what was cracking. The BLM was cracking and all that. Now everybody see it's fizzling out to the point where people know that the BLM that ain't BLM. That's ISIS, not ISIS, but what's that? Start with that.
Socialism or communism?
That Soros group. What is it?
Oh yeah.
Antifa.
Antifa.
They know the BLM that we see on TV ain't nothing but Antifa.
Yeah.
Nobody's commenting like on the when they broke into the Capitol on the 6th. You know, that's pretty much broken down. Like that girl didn't get shot.
Nah, she didn't. Yeah.
They were actually let in. You know, but nobody's saying like, oh, you know, we apologize for blaming that on Drought and all that. You know, none of that. They know it's all Antifa, man.
Look, we talk about this shit every motherfucking episode, and shout out to the 40, 50 people that listen to us every week, man. But I don't know what the fuck it's gonna take for the masses to wake the fuck up. Like you said, like, man, it's just coincidence how motherfuckers be saying shit directly in their face or seeing shit. But if TV say some other thing, it's like, oh no, the insurrection. Oh, look, they stormed the Capitol. But if you break it down, they were let in. Or we go way back to 9/11 with Building 7. She's saying the buildings fell. Then 30 seconds later, the buildings fall. Like, how you know already?
Yeah.
Or here's a new one. Fucking I won't even touch on Uncle Joe Pop, sorry ass. But Kamala Harris talking about, hey, you go to the border, hey, you go on the border. I've been to the border. I haven't been to Europe too. Bitch, what? But now Trump talking about, hey, I'm going to the border. She be like, I'll be there in 2 days. Like, come on, man. Like, motherfuckers gotta wake up. They don't give a fuck about us at all. It's a playing game. We meat bags to them. And they still giving their money, their time. they still arguing with folks like, nah, Kamala's good. She cares about the people. You don't know that bitch. Or Uncle Joe Pop whispering, I did the vaccine. You don't know this motherfucker. Like, it's in our faces. That's why it frustrates me. There's so much shit's in our face and niggas don't care one bit or another.
But what y'all think about the latest greatest, this Siobhan or whatever her name, the cop, 22 and a half year sentence, the George Floyd cop.
Oh shit, he got the sentence?
Yeah, 22.
He got 22 and a half years, but some of that is considered time served, and he could be out with good behavior in like 7. It's a lot of breakdowns to it.
He could be out in 7 years?
But
Yeah.
Did you hear his final words? How confident in this retrial that he about to do, how confident he was. He was like, I will be back. There's lots of evidence that wasn't brought up. And I feel very good about this retrial. And he walked off like, he basically did the Terminator, I'll be back. That's what I'll be texting. He's very confident in this retrial. Like, when the retrial comes, like, the next place he's going to leave out of that courtroom is out the front door and go home and go to Red Lobster or something. You know what I mean? He's very confident right now. How y'all feel about that?
I mean, first of all, like, oh boy, it's hard because looking at the video, dude had his knee on his neck for a long ass fucking time, smirking. So it looked like cold-blooded murder. But when you put that uniform on, you exempt from pretty much anything. So it's kind of like a touchy subject. It's like, does this dude deserve 22 years? Yeah, you killed somebody, motherfucker. But I'm just saying with the retrial, like, if that dude gets off, they're gonna start that race war shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They wait for that to pop off. But it's breaking news to me. I didn't even stay up with the case to know that he got 22 years. So I'm like, man, 22 years.
Do you think they're gonna time when they do it, when they make the verdict for his retrial? Do you think this is their ace card? Because you say
one of them.
Say if he gets off, boom, that's an automatic race war. Do you think they're gonna time when they're gonna let him off? Like, this is a long-term plan that they have?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As I get older, like I said, I see shit that I see shadows that niggas don't see. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what was that over there? They be like, nigga, you tripping? I'm like, nah, man, I seen it. I know something's over there, so I won't put it past him.
It's gonna go on for a minute though, because if he wins, then they're gonna retry that. They're gonna go for the rubber match, so it's gonna go on for a minute.
But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking they sitting back like if something they're trying to do, whatever it is, fails, they're gonna be like, all right, let's do this retrial. Let his ass up out of there. Get this war started.
It's like, yeah. Is it enough? Like, no, but I mean, for a cop, like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it wasn't my peoples that got killed, so maybe that's why I feel like, yeah, I guess. Maybe if it was my people that got killed, I'd feel a totally different way. But, I mean, it's part of the system that we talk about. I mean, I'm pretty sure 9 years. I mean, for a cop, damn, I ain't never seen no cop get like 22 and a half years. It's them cops that are like hella dirty. Did he kill someone? Well, like I said, it's like, that's going to be analyzed so many different ways because you're going to have people saying like, but no, if you look at this, it is. But then there's people, the common sense people are going to be like, well, why is his knee just sitting on his neck though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he just lift that up, everything's okay. And that's going to go back and forth. But mainly, like, cops kill people regardless and don't do time. So 22 years is like, man, it's a loss for a regular person. But I mean, for a cop, that's a long time. Damn, I got to go to jail for killing somebody? Like, I ain't never had to do that.
I will say this, though. They better PC that nigga up quick, though. Because if the yard don't get him, you might hear, hey, he turned his bed sheet into a fucking rope and hung him.
Yeah.
Some shit, yeah.
I was about to say, like, what if he, in my mind, I'm picturing, like, what if he beats the case, but mysteriously dies in his jail cell? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the police union gets their win, but he's been sacrificed for, you know, for to control the public. You know what I'm saying? For quality control. You know, like I don't know. Like, look, we have to let him off for legal and police union reasons, but also we let this man on the street. It's gonna cause a lot of problems, and maybe we don't need problems right now. So you know, what might have to go. That might be it.
And then on top of that, like I said, if they do it that way, they can put any quote unquote body in that casket, and he could just be walking around like, I'm in Europe now or some shit. Like, hey, thanks for your service.
Plus, and he killed somebody. What do you guys think about him and George Floyd doing security with each other for years in the past at the same security business for years? And years later, all of a sudden, this person that you did security with happens to be the same person that you got your neck on. How big in Minnesota? Like how big of a coincidence is that?
Yeah, that's a little too much of a coincidence. That kind of factors in now that you say it. Like, yeah, this is more of like it got to be considered almost like a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, you know, you too personal with homie.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where it goes to that like predictive programming. Like I said, I don't want to get too much into the rituals or into the Freemasons or into that bigger level, deeper thinking. Wake too many cats up on this. But smash that like button for this connections real quick. But
hey, don't forget they let a lot of people out of the jails. They gotta fill those vacancies. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic had them let go of some people, so that you know what I'm saying. They've been cleaned and sanitized, and they ready for use. They got vacancies over there, so a bunch of people looting and robbing in the streets will fill it up real quick. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of people getting that shot for time served. A lot of people for time served. You see the picture of it though, like in the newspaper, that like prisoners offered the vaccine to get half off or time served, and they showed the one dude up in there like, like yeah, give me that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of coincidence and situations in that. Even like you say, you don't want to get into the Mason. Like George Floyd got the big ass
eagle or whatever.
Freemasonry tattoo right on his chest with 33. He got the double eagle, double-headed eagle. It's all just.
Yo, I finally see that statue you were talking about, Marcus. I seen that shit on TV or whatever.
Which one?
That George Floyd statue.
Oh yeah, you see that?
His head. That shit is hella big. I was like, whoa, that thing is scary.
They made that motherfucker like 12 feet tall.
He got another one on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was talking about, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much. I mean,
like,
what I'm saying is like, you could do that for somebody like Jay-Z or somebody. You could do that for like Patrick Ewing or Derek Jeter or Eli Manning or someone, Lawrence Taylor or whoever. But I'm just saying, like, man, George Floyd was just some dude.
Plus, that's a slippery ass slope.
Because drink on.
Yeah, because where's Mike Brown's statue? Where's Tamir Rice's statue? Where's Eric Garner's statue? You know what I'm saying? That's a slippery ass slope.
They don't talk about Mike Brown's dad going around trying to sue BLM to get his money.
Well, what I'm saying is he was a dude like me, like getting off of work on like a graveyard, going to get a beer and whatever. It's not like he was doing something to benefit the city state of New York. It's not like he was out there like I'm the ambassador of Brooklyn, New York or something. He was out there making a living in Minnesota.
And motherfuckers forget this, maybe or maybe you not know. The police were called because George Floyd was committing a crime. He was trying to give away a counterfeit $20 beer, a $20 bill for that beer. And the shopkeeper at the liquor store was like, nah, man. He was like, give my $20 back. He's like, I can't, man. Let me call the police. Like, come on, man. Like this, you gonna get that dude a statue for breaking the law? Now, again, I don't like talking about the dead. If he dead, rest in peace. But a statue, though?
No, like I said, I don't have a problem with his family getting money. I don't have a problem with a lot of things that's, like pro George Floyd. But I'm just like, yo, he was just like an average dude. It wasn't like he was out there saving babies in the, you know what I'm saying, in his off hours, I don't have nothing against the man. I'm not trying to like come across as bashing, man. I'm just saying, like, usually when you're a city and you give someone a statue, they've usually done something for your city, not just like I'm from Stockton, and if I go out to visit in Vegas and they kill me, it's like they're gonna give me a statue for what? Because I got killed in another city. Like, you know, like I didn't do. I mean, I love Stockton. I ain't do nothing for it.
I know.
And they get a statue in New York or New Jersey somewhere. Like I don't know if that's
now maybe they feel if like, you know, knock on wood, but something was to happen to one of the Diaz brothers or something, and they feel they want to give him a little something, then I'm like, okay, like, you know, he's out there yelling it out. They're out there doing what they can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would understand it. But yeah, I mean, George Floyd was some, you know, the average person, and he got like 2 statues.
I know if I was a parent that lost a child to the police or just lost somebody to the police, I'd be out there and kind of feeling some kind of way, like, where my kid's statue at?
Like,
like
why he just can't have a park bench? Like this is George, like he don't need the statue on the bench. Like, why can't be like, you know what? This is the George Floyd bench where you could chill and be like, thanks, George. Like, you know, like, like rest in peace, George. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's there like Mr. Rogers, like he's there like the male, like, you know what I mean? Like your male spirit advisor, like Black Panther or something, like on the bench, like, yeah.
But look, that ties into what CDP was saying with the rituals, and we'll hit you with one later on. Don't worry, folks. Smash that like button. But we'll hit you. How come all these other cats, like CDP said, die from the police, but only George Floyd gets a statue? How come all these other cats die from the police, but only George Floyd riots happen all over the country? Out here in Portland, Oregon, going crazy, building Chopper Chaz because George Floyd died. Man, it's all connected.
I even think that'll be a code, like, you know, rest in peace, no disrespect. But I even think the other dude will be a colder statue to have. The dude with his hands up.
Oh
Yeah.
That'll be that pose. That'll be a colder statue to have. So why not?
Yeah.
And he was a kid, like, you know.
He was a big ass kid though, but he was a kid.
He was a kid. This dude, you know, ain't nobody's life better than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
yeah, I'm not saying Mike Brown was a saint. I'm just saying, yeah, that's a better statue.
Yeah.
A better reason, but yeah, man, that just goes to show you, like,
one of his home invasion victims came out, was like trying to tell people, like, my face is all that is still fucked up from being pistol whipped and all kind of shit. You guys, she just basically said you guys need to watch who y'all glorifying, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just saying, because yeah, 2 things could be true. Like,
she didn't say nothing disrespectful to him about him dying or whatever. Like, I'm happy he dead. She didn't say nothing like that. She was just saying, look how I talk, look how I'm walking. You know, watch who you glorify, because you don't know him fully. And the response to that was like, basically, shut up, bitch.
yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, bad things happen to bad people. I mean, 2 things can happen, you know what I'm saying? Like things happen to gangsters. I see things happen to gangsters out here and be like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But you live by it, you die by it.
You got innocent people that get one gunshot, you know what I'm saying? They gone immediately. Then you got the crookedest, evilest jankiest motherfucker got shot 13 times by AKs and rifles. Nigga walking around going to 7-Eleven, go get him a 40 right now as we speak.
Like, for the people at home, Michael Jordan has 1 statue. George Floyd has 2 statues. Like, hold on, like, what? Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the greatest sports player ever, like, had 1 statue. A guy getting a beer after work has 2 statues? Like, hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's represented the same. Michael Jordan is right there in front of the United Center out there in Chicago. Like, yo, this is what I did for this. You know, this is my reward for what I put into the Chicago Bulls organization, the city of Chicago, the money I've made, all the, you know what I mean? Everything I've done. George Floyd, like, they doing that for him, and he ain't put in no work for New York. But, you know, like I said, to each his own. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash him, or, you know, what happened to him was tragic. I'm just saying I think the city of New York overreacted or reacted like that on purpose. But I don't think, like, I don't know, maybe I'm different. Like, I don't think, like, kids in New York are like, man, I just want to see that George Floyd statue. That's my inspiration to keep me keep me going in school.
Oh,
You know
man.
what I mean? Like, like, let me go touch on George Floyd at the bench and ask George Floyd for words of wisdom.
I might come back and bite him in the ass, because then, okay, let's do a history report on George Floyd and his life.
Well,
how are they gonna tell the truth? You want the truth?
Where that's happened was, I don't know if you guys ever watch it. I watched this show called Dark Side of the Ring, where they talk about like wrestlers that that have problems. Or
Oh yeah.
Well, with Chris Benoit, when they first found out he was dead, they had like a whole tribute show to him wrestling, and they didn't have all the information at the time. But they went on to have a tribute show where they all gave their fondest memories and were crying and were saying, Eddie, Chris, I love you, whatever. And then come to find out, he murdered his wife and his kid and then committed suicide. So sometimes you glorifying people, but you ain't got the facts.
Right.
Then after the point, they had to apologize. They had to apologize for the Chris Benoit tribute episode, and they said, we will never mention his name again. And that was it.
Yeah. That goes to show you, touching back on it.
I was saying that then after that, lately, not too long ago, I seen a show, they're saying, did he really kill his family? Was he murdered? You know what I'm saying? So we don't ever know, you know what I mean? But, don't just jump the broom and you get a statue. You know what I'm saying? Pretty soon, we're going to see statues everywhere, just like the statue that's going around now. They call it the Giant.
Oh, yeah. That's symbolism.
Going to hit 21 states. It's a LED statue. It could change into the arms and the head move. Nothing else moves. I think it was 31 feet high. And it changes into what it's changing.
I seen that video where you can scan yourself and you can take the best selfie in the reel. Like, man, shut the fuck up. You ain't scanning me for shit.
Hell no.
Yeah. People are changing to something. I can see thousands of people running up to that thing like, oh.
Did you see me? Did you see me?
Yeah. And I'll be there and get scanned. Next thing you know, it'll be like boop, like now experiencing technical difficulties. And then it'll be like, oh, dude in the black shirt, like, yes, we'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hell no. That ain't even him. Like, where's my wax tattoo at? We'll put my wax tattoo or something. Oh.
Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna go in a long sleeve shirt. That way they don't see the tattoo of my daughter. That way you can always go and be like, oh no, that ain't even him. I cover my tattoo so they can't get the full scam.
Hey, but yeah, now touching on that statue real quick, it just thought of something, man. Again, I don't want to put extra dirt on a dead man, so if it comes across like I'm throwing shade, I'm sorry, but when you put a statue up for remembrance, like you said, just using the Michael Jordan one, you remember, all right, Michael did all this for the Bulls, for Chicago. He gave tons of minorities across the world, even to this day. Like, I got hope. If I play with this ball, I got hope. When I look at the Michael Brown statue, what the fuck am I supposed to remember? The police kill people?
George Floyd statue?
Yeah. What kind of message are you trying to send to people when you look at that statue? Like, don't get your neck stepped on? The fuck?
And how's it gonna look? We got these statues, and dude gets out of prison on the next court trial. It's gonna be like, so hold on. So you're telling me that you ruled that this guy is right, but we over here paying respects to this statue. So is this guy right and the statues is wrong, or are the statues right and the guy is wrong? You can't be telling us all these different things, because this is the government. This is the cities telling us these things. This ain't like no word of mouth. The cities are like, here, we're going to use our money. Basically, we're going to use your money to build these statues that you didn't ask for. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to make them like national monuments or whatever. Then we're going to take the money that you know what I'm saying? We're going to take your money and go and say, you know what? We're going to pay this guy because we owe him money for wages lost and, pain and suffering and whatever. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's why it don't add up, man. Like you said, I was thinking that when you were saying it. They use the taxpayer money to build these 15-foot tall statues. Then they use taxpayer money to clean that shit every month or whatever, to burn shit off or niggas gums or whatever to keep that shit shiny and new. I'm like, come on, man.
It's like jumping into what I'm saying, what the problems we have over here. It's like this dude Gavin Newsom. It's like if you know where the high fire areas are, how do the same areas keep having fire problems year after year?
Yeah, you don't give a fuck. To the people, real quick, what Tiger's saying is Gavin Newsom came out, I think last year during fire season, and was like, I got a fire plan. I'm gonna change, whatever. Talking about he gonna spend all this money to make a change. Well, he spent that money all right, but he made a very minute change.
Like, why you just don't give the firefighters the power and say, you know what, look, I'm about to give you the money, you call the plays, and you guys handle it because you guys know what you're doing. But he's like, nah, I think right here and right here. But then you don't give them the funding for it, and then you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to aid them somehow. Don't stop worrying about taking care of low end. Like, what is the newest one? We're gonna give 5 to 7 billion for low income renters or something. It's like, dude, not just low income people suffered this pandemic.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? It's like, why does everything have to be low income centered? Like, you know what I mean? You giving out that? What if that money could be used? Like, hey, like, check it out. We about to give you guys not even 5 billion. Look, we about to give you guys 2 billion. You think you could put something together? You know what I'm saying? So this year, it ain't a lot of fires and this and that. Maybe they can.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't give a fuck. We meat bags. We stupid. They don't give a fuck about us. Because like you said, let's say they give $1 billion to wherever, low income or firefighters or whatever. Where the fuck they getting all this money from, man?
Yeah.
They got all this money just sitting there for that, or they sitting there for fucking vaccine shots or job bonuses or whatever. But it took a year to get my stimulus check? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You got all this money ready to hand out for your shit, but they want us to give to the people that work hard, that shut the fuck up, kept their head down, that was like, oh, there's a pandemic out there, but I still got to deliver the mail. I still got to take the trash out. I still got to do all this shit. Nah, shut the fuck up. We're going to give this man over here more than you.
It's like, do they need more money? Give them more money. Why not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, the firefighters are out there working hard. You know what I'm saying? Give them the money. Fast food people are getting raises. Out here, people getting like $17 to flip burgers. So I hope the raises are going accordingly to everybody. If they were getting 30, maybe they need to be getting like 38 now or something. You know what I mean? Like, if we need more, maybe you need to go up to 40 or whatever the numbers are. Maybe you should just, pay more. We could get more. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's like only the governor really knows. Like, we all can sit back and speculate, but only he really knows because he has all the information.
Look, to some people who may or may not know, I used to live out in the Bay Area. Shout out to the Bay Area, Daly City. It was a beautiful place sometimes. But anyways, I remember doing the math, just quick, simple math. If you pay $5 to get on the Bay Bridge, and you spend about 250,000 people hit that Bay Bridge a day, that's 1.25 million a day times 365. Nigga, a year, that's just the Bay Bridge, not the Golden Gate Bridge, not the San Mateo Bridge. That's just the Bay Bridge.
You don't even
where the fuck is this money going to?
You don't even got to pay it no more. They just charge whatever license plate goes across. Like, that's it. Hey, no. Just keep going. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, next thing you know, in your mail, you like, oh, yeah, I forgot I went through the toll. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
So they even paying motherfuckers to stand out there. They got lower costs.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is money going to, man? Motherfuckers got to wake up, man. Like, you got... Dude, I think the math I did was like $2.2 billion the Bay Area's producing. Where the fuck is that money going, man? People got to wake up. But they'll give you $1 million to take a vaccine. They don't give a fuck about us.
It's paying salaries. That's what it's going. It's getting little Charlie and Jennifer through college. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, you ain't lying.
I'm just saying, it's like there's other things besides being like on TV and like business wise. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, like if you ain't gonna take care of like some of these other issues, just put somebody there that will do it. Like, okay, old boy's good at what he does. All right, him. And I'll just worry about the business side of things or whatever. I don't know.
But that's too much common sense for them, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, quick fix for them. They got to make shit, the government in particular got to make shit hella complicated. Like,
It's
we
like
got to pay a committee to come up with an answer to pay another man to give this man half the money he needs.
we as state of California, should not be like, we have too much technology, too much money, too much resources to go through. Let me run this down. We're constantly going through a drought, and we're currently in a drought as we speak. Us in like Hawaii, which is something else to talk about, but we're in a drought. So we have to deal with drought and water preservation, right? It's also becoming fire season. So now we have that going on. Okay, so now we have two pretty much big issues to deal with out here as a state. Number three is we have a power grid that has problems. So we're dealing with heat, you know what I'm saying? We're dealing with a state of emergency heat advisory when it gets hot because the power can go out. It's like, what kind of, we're the greatest state in America, and we got three of these problems, three big ass problems going on at one time that you should have been able to knock it out, where we're only dealing with one, maybe two, if they're just unforeseen. But I'm just like, this is just out of hand.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Shout out to like summer '97, '98. I was in Kenfield, cutting my teeth, getting grimy out there in my hometown of Stockton. But we had rolling blackouts back in '97. So you're telling me 20 some odd years later, we still have the same fucking issue? They don't give a fuck, bro. They don't care. Like you said, fire season. So that means every year we're having fire season. Every other year we're having a drought. Nigga, build a bigger hole, put the water there. The fuck?
I just say get some pumps, like I said, whatever, like whatever the technology is there. I don't know all the technology that's at his disposal, but like we were talking about, you could just take rainwater, or you could take you know what I'm saying? There's things that they can buy where the water don't get wasted. You know what I mean? Like where it preserves water like throughout for months or whatever. It's like they don't look into none of that. They just print out new money all the time.
Yeah, speaking of new money, there's a drought in Hawaii too, like you touched on, stage one. Shout out to CDP bringing that to our attention. Stage one drought in Hawaii. But I was reading through that, and they were like, all non-essential water. You can't wash your car. You can't water your crops or grass. I was like, crops? That's fucked up. We need food, but you can't do that type of shit. And you know what your punishment is for that? $500 fine. How the fuck $500 can give me more water? The fuck?
But let me ask you though, there is no, like, when you're going to work, when you're going around town, have any of y'all ever seen any of these car wash places shut down? No, the motherfuckers are open. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't use your water to wash your car for free, but go pay $10, and you could use all that water you want for your $10, no problem. They ain't closing SeaWorld. They ain't closing, you know what I'm saying? They ain't closing none of that shit that take hella water.
Water parks and shit.
Yeah, Sunsplash, my son going to Sunsplash in a little bit. That shit is still open. You know what I'm saying? All this shit that uses hella water is still open. But the everyday person like us is the ones that gotta suffer.
And our punishment, like I said, our punishment is pay money. And then if they keep doing it, they say they're gonna come take their water fucking meter away, or just shut their water off. So I'm like, damn. So a motherfucker take too many showers, they gonna come get my water and be like, hey, you gotta go knock on the neighbor, like, hey, can I use your shower one time? 5 minutes, I promise. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, shit's getting out of hand, man. But
it's just like it's like I told you guys, like, that shit is so stupid. Like, don't use your air conditioning in excessive heat. What the fuck? Like, I shouldn't jump in my fucking swimming pool neither if I have one because it's too hot. What sense does that make? Like, that's why I have an air conditioning. So when it's at its highest, I could put cold air to come through my vents and push the temperature down. That's how it works. I mean, I don't got air conditioning just to look sexy in my house. Like, yeah, y'all see my AC unit right here? Oh, it's nice. I can turn it up. I can turn it down. Like, what the fuck is that?
And the thing that always kills me, real quick, is that like you use your AC or use your water, they want to come find your ass. But when I turn my spout on and there's no water or there's no PGD, what I can't find them, I can't get my money back. Like, yo, you owe me $13.92 for not having power for that hour, nigga. What the fuck? They're like, nah. You paid already. You fucked. Like,
It's
that's
like
I don't know. Like, yeah.
it's like recently I just bought an electric lawnmower, so I'm over here feeling all like fancy and shit. But I started thinking like, man, what if the motherfucker shut the power off? I gotta, you know, like I can't even charge my batteries to mow my lawn. Like, what the fuck? Like, what if somebody has an electric car, like a car that they charge at home or something? Motherfucker, like, damn, I'm stuck at home. I can't even go nowhere. You know, like this motherfucker cut the power off. Like, no wonder they're trying to push all these electric cars. So when they don't want you to go nowhere, they just fucking turn the power off.
Yes,
Ah, them motherfuckers got to stay at home now. Everybody in the world got electric vehicles.
Even gas cars are electric too.
Yeah.
The gas, these newer gas cars, they'll shut down too. So, yeah.
I believe it. Stay with you at like 1970s, 80s, like big ass truck, just guzzling like that, like.
But Elon Musk is like, well, if you give me a little bit of time, I could put together a fucking Tesla solar power grid. Oh, and it will come in and help. It's like, you could do that without Elon Musk. You don't need Elon Musk to build a, you know, maybe he is the smartest man out, the best inventor on the planet. But that doesn't mean like he's the only one that, how'd you get the old power grid? Build another one. Stop building fucking houses everywhere that you see. Oh, is that grass? Build a house right there. Is that dirt? Oh, build a house right there. Like, what the fuck you doing? Put some apartments. Well, we're gonna put a school. We're gonna put a fire station, a church, and that's it. We're gonna go to the next community. Like, put some shit there. Like you think about it. What the fuck do the windmills do then? If the windmills can't bring down, what the fuck is that? Like, what do we have windmills for? What do the windmills do?
They generate electricity.
That's what I'm saying.
If they're on, but I lived in California all my fucking life, damn near. You go to the day, you hardly see those motherfuckers on.
Do you ever just see them, all of them, like actively moving?
Nah, you never see all of them on, but you see some of them on, and you're like, what the fuck? Somebody in the 80s, 90s, whatever, spent billions of dollars putting this shit up there.
You would think about it, if them hundreds or thousand or however many windmills they got is all turning at once, not only would it create a heavy wind presence that would circulate, you know what I'm saying, like coming, but it would also generate power. So why not have them running?
Mm-hmm.
If anything, but to take pressure off the power grid.
I think it was from the way it's looking, like you said, you barely see them on. I think it was an idea that they came up with. It either got halfway done and they said, fuck this, we're going to go do something else. Or they said, nah, it's going to take it. They figured out, like, nah, we ain't doing that no more because it's going to take away from, we can make more money off them doing it through this power grid or whatever they're talking about. If we put these windmills up, it's going to take away from our winnings off of them. So
yeah, that's how
they were halfway done with the windmill thing, and they were like, "Nah, fuck this. This shit gonna save motherfuckers money. We trying to take their money."
Yeah, that's that old shit. Like, there's no money in the cure. So if they cure the electrical problem, there's no money in it. But if we do a little bit of it and we keep burning this coal and we keep telling these niggas, hey, you might have a rolling blackout. That's big money. They pay more. Like, oh, not us, please. I'll give you $5 extra a month. Yo, make those niggas in Modesto have a blackout, not Stockton or not Sac or whatever. Yeah. There ain't no money in it, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so much craziness going on. It's like, man, like you don't know what to believe. It's telling you like pretty much like the world is ending and shit. Like that's how it seems when you live in California. It's like, damn, well over here it's burning. Over here the water's, you know, we're losing water. Then they're gonna turn around and be like, man, we about to flood. It's gonna be like, what? Watch towards the end of the year, they're gonna talk about flood. Oh, well, you know, it's flood season. Like, huh? Flood season?
And a food shortage too, man. I hope not, but a food shortage as well, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's like with the meat. That's what all that's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to give us that fucked up meat. They don't want us to have that. It's like I said. It's like, damn. I start thinking like, shit. I need to go somewhere where I can have my own cows and shit. So that way I can know what I'm eating.
Hey, you can. Shout out to the people. I forget what it was, but you can link up with. I told my wife, but we ain't got no big ass freezer to put it in. But you can go directly to the farmer, and let's say you buy a calf for like 900 when he's a baby, and then when that motherfucker gets old, you know, obviously he's like 3,000 or whatever. Yo, you could sell that cow, chop it up for yourself or whatever. Split the profit with the farmer for taking care of it, and put it in your freezer. You still can do that, but ain't nobody doing it. So they're like,
do that.
I gotta sell this to Winco. I gotta sell this to Fufales or whatever.
So I could pay dude, and dude's gonna do all the work. I'm just gonna split the profit with him.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta send me that information. I might have to invest like 2 of them real quick. Like, hold on, man. Like I might have to just invest. I was like I said, dude. I was really thinking to buy 1 Ethereum, but I might have to go get the cows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but I want to say like it was like 1,200 for a baby calf, and then you like 4 or 5 racks when it gets old. But you don't even want the money; you want the meat. So give me all that meat, and then fucking you pay him back for all the fucking time he fed the cow or whatever, took care of the cow, and nigga, you just get that straight. I think they called it like direct to consumer. Like they sell anything direct to consumer. Like, hey, bypass this chain, because obviously we're paying a premium for these niggas to cut it up, to package it, to put their little poison in it.
That's what we're gonna have to get into. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have to get into like getting our own shit. Like, oh, I get my vegetables from wherever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with going to the store. I'm just saying, like, the meat, the quality of food that they giving us, were like CDP always be saying, and like my boy Judah be saying, we're like, countries don't want to trade meat with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's unacceptable. Like it goes back to what we're saying. Like, we the West, like, people want to be here, but we over here eating shit. Like,
and not knowing it, or not knowing, or not giving a fuck. Like, how long ago was that supersized movie? Shit, 90s, 2000s. A supersized, when that nigga was eating all those fries from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Eating hella fat. Doctor was like, yo, you eat more of this shit, you finna die, motherfucker. He was like, but I'm just eating McDonald's. Nigga seen
Park?
That? Huh?
Was that Jurassic Park?
Nah, it was a supersized, like it was a documentary. I think it was like early 2000s.
I was thinking of Jurassic Park, when Jurassic Park had like the triple quarter pounder with cheese or whatever.
Oh, maybe, like I said. But anyways, people don't know, go check it out. Supersized. This dude ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days. And in those 30 days, this nigga got hella fat, hella obese, started wheezing and shit. Doctors was like, dude, you finna die, you eat nothing but McDonald's. But we see that shit, and we still go back and eat McDonald's daily. We put a fucking cheeseburger. I can go buy a McDonald's cheeseburger, put it right here. In December, I can be like, yo, this shit still look edible. Like, that motherfucker don't rot. It don't do nothing, dude. Those potatoes just sit there, can't catch on fire. Like, we're like, what the fuck? Let's start building houses with fucking French fries from McDonald's if they don't catch on fire. Like, what the fuck?
And you know what? Everything like you guys are saying, like you're saying, it's easy and simple to get a, you know what I'm saying? The government comes and starts talking, like, we'll give you double what this is worth, or we're gonna cut the fucking water off. Then you're like, fuck, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? This motherfucking Gavin Newsom hating on me, like, like I don't know, like, I want good quality food for me and my family, but damn, if I want to make a little sum, you know what I'm saying? Here they come, like, nah, hold on, hey. You sell that to us, we're gonna give them this, and you look at what they got, you're like, ooh, them tomatoes got mold on them and shit. You like, oh, that fucking, that beef look hella, you know what I'm saying, fucked up raw.
I have to start living like Red Dead Redemption. But I was like, I would have to find out the guy that got the ox though. You know what I'm saying? They could get down with them oxtails though, man. Oxtails, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You might have to make a. Nah, I think they got hella cattle actually out there in Nevada. They be having cattle out there in Nevada.
I was saying, that and some turkeys, man, because I'm telling you, the turkey necks go crazy. Like, turkey necks, you can make money just off the turkey necks, let alone the turkey itself.
Oh, man, this is the turkey necks.
Go back to the cowboy days, man. Red Dead Redemption. You know, I had a little the little shops, you know what I'm saying? Go in town and go.
You're gonna be killing something, cooking it right there on the side, like it's right here before it gets dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Had the little saloons and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, we might be headed that way, but
Let's say history always repeats itself. You know what I mean?
well, you said it. You said it last episode. With that job head dude, you know, or I mean, I ain't trying to be too racist, but that Middle Eastern dude, he was like, huh?
The guy from Dubai.
Yeah, he died from Dubai. You said it. You said it clear as day last year. Like, I'm gonna have a comfortable life. Cause my dad worked hard, so I'm gonna have a comfortable life. My son's gonna have a comfortable life, but my grandson's gonna have a fucked up life. Well, nigga, hey, I think we had a comfortable life growing up. Our kids might be like, hey, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So, or maybe they have too comfortable life now. So the next generation after our kids, hey, I'm sorry, you know.
Our grandkids may be in trouble.
Yeah. Got the Dust Bowl, got the bread line, like, you know, the soup kitchens, like, to get that cup of soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, that was a good show today.
Yes, sir.
Y'all liked it.
Hopefully next show we'll have a guest for y'all for the first time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta hit that like and subscribe button. You got any questions, any requests for merch, you can hit our email up. Yeah, like I said, any colors, any size, good quality t-shirt, you know what I mean? But you can hit our email up at the number 3 reasons 2020 3 reasons 2020 at gmail.com. And like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. Stay cool out there, stay hydrated, stay with the praying, you know what I'm saying? Take it one day at a time, you know, and do your research, man. You hear something, don't just go jump up the boogie and do it. You know, I don't care if it's a family member. Do your research on it. Read, find out about it before you bust that move. Because what's good for them ain't always good for you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Everybody out there in the 209, stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. What? Somebody just got popped at the rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Like last week. Cats got to chill out, you know what I'm saying? They already got the posts up on Instagram, all the bars and the clubs putting it up like, oh, they're going to start being more strict and everything, but we'll see. But everybody out there, you know, stay safe. I think there's some, Gervonta Davis fights later, so, you know, you take y'all asses inside and watch the fight. Yeah, that's it. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? 209 Tiger, I'm out.
Yes, sir, man. Like they both said, stay prayed up, kiss your family, forgive somebody, because, you know, life's too short. But most importantly, stand for something or fall for everything, man. Common sense markers out.
Share this.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button, man. Y'all have a good day. Like I said, stay hydrated. Stay away from shots.